What's up, guys? I appreciate you dropping in and checking out our channel. Our ultimate goal is to empower real estate investors and entrepreneurs with the tools that they need to win. With that being said, make sure that you hit that thumbs up button and hit the bell icon so you get up to date anytime that we release new content. Let's dive in. Today I want to talk about 5 quick tips to get you on the fast track to closing your first wholesale deal. A lot of wholesales step into the market with their guns blazing and they don't have a whole lot of focus or intention before they get started. The first tip that I want to touch on is be very mindful when you choose your markets. Choosing your market is probably one of the most important factors that you need to consider when first starting out. Instead of marketing to some rural area where there's not a whole lot of commerce and activity taking place, you want to make sure that you're following the money. So the first factor is figure out where the most cash buyer activity is taking place. Doesn't matter if you're not boots on the ground or local in a certain market. We're all living in this new virtual type of world where, to be completely honest, 90% of my business is out of state. Virtual wholesaling is taking the world by storm, and with the tools and technology at your fingertips, the time has never been better to venture out and get to work in some of these hot pocket markets where cash buyers are just paying a lot more for houses. The second tip that you want to make sure that you consider before even getting started is to know what your buyers are looking for. As an example, most investors would prefer to stick to 3-bedroom houses and up. At the end of the day, they're just a better cash flowing rental and provide an extra layer of security, especially when you're looking at the resale value. So you want to make sure that you're reverse engineering everything that you do. Old principle, begin with the end in mind, right? Figure out where you want to go, what type of product your buyers are looking for before you pull any data and before you start marketing whatsoever. Tip number 3 is choose one marketing method and stick to that course until you crush it. The reason that sticking to one marketing method, especially in the beginning, is so crucial is because when you're trying to focus on all these different moving parts and you have shiny object syndrome trying to keep up with the latest and greatest marketing machine in the industry, you get distracted and accomplish absolutely nothing. Now, there's an old leadership saying that John Maxwell talks about. And he says, whenever a lion trainer enters a lion's den, he's got a sidearm at its hip. However, the most important tool to protect himself upon entering the lion's den is a 4-legged stool. Because if the lion thrusts at him and he gets aggressive, all the lion trainer has to do is thrust that 4-legged stool in the lion's face, and it tries to focus on all 4 legs at once. And it becomes paralyzed because it's trying to focus on too many points. This same principle is very much the same in your journey into entrepreneurship. Because when you're trying to chase all these different rabbits, trying to keep up with all these marketing techniques, you don't have the follow through or the laser sharp focus to accomplish the results that you'll see by really hunkering down and focusing on being a master at that one. And once you've mastered the one, you can always build on top of that and add new pillars or new marketing channels inside of your business. Tip number 4 is always seek to provide solutions. What I have found in my journey in this real estate investing space is the most successful investors are the ones that truly focus on serving other people. Every conversation that you step into, you should have a servant mentality. Focus on how you can help these people out with their property at the end of the day. And as a creative real estate investor, it's your job and your duty to create win-win solutions for the seller and your cash buyers, whatever it looks like, right? So always seek to be of service. The last thing you want to do is step into a negotiation or a conversation with the seller reeking of commission breath. You don't want to be that guy that's got commission breath coming out of his nostrils, right? Sellers will smell that and they'll run, right? So don't go in there just wanting the money and seeking to put more cash into your pocket. Truly focus on the solution and providing that service, and the wins will come. And lastly, tip number 5, I would suggest finding a mentor. Now, I should have put this as tip number 1 because I believe that's where it should always start. You want to always seek knowledge, seek guidance, and reach out to people who have already been in the shoes or have already accomplished the results that you are seeking. Now, why is this so important? Well, 1, you're going to save yourself so much heartache by listening to their stories and avoiding some of the pitfalls that they had to fall into in their lessons and that path to the top. Addition to this, they can also give you some of the best strategies and insight on what's happening in the current market, and they can also come out and help you develop processes and procedures that you can put your real estate investing business on a path to monumental returns. And I'll also say this, by shadowing and following direction from someone else who's in the industry and producing at a high level, that is the highest level of education that you could possibly receive. We can sit on YouTube University for hours upon hours trying to figure out a strategy for this and a game plan for that. But at the end of the day, it's going to take months upon years, and you're going to go through all these circles and detours trying to find the end result. In my mind, I'm all about compressing time. How can I take another person's lessons that took 10 years plus to learn and compress those into a much smaller time frame? That's the cost of education. And that's also the value that you will find by latching on to a mentor who's already inside of the industry producing at high levels. Not only are they going to give you the guidance, give you the insight, the systems, the processes, the newest marketing campaigns, and maybe even cheaper data, cheaper tools, cheaper softwares, whatever it might look like. But they are truly going to put you on the path to success if you just lean in and listen. Now, don't just enter into those conversations or those relationships with the mentality on how can I pull out the information that I need from them? How can I just get better strategies, take these lessons and run with it? But the way that you should approach those relationships is how can I add value to what this person is already doing? Don't just take them out to lunch and try to pick their brain, but sit down, listen, and figure out how you can provide solutions and help add value to what they're already doing, right? We all want to get on the fast track to success, but at the end of the day, you cannot microwave success, right? Success leaves tiny, small clues along the way if you just are willing enough to listen and you're humble enough to take that long road and take the advice of other people getting started. I promise you, if you stick to that course and you learn from other people and you lean in and follow these 5 quick steps, you're going to see more return over the next 24 months inside of your business than you would ever find trying to do it all yourself. So get out there, guys. Stay consistent. You're truly only one deal away from changing your life forever. So get in the trenches, guys. Build some bonds and some relationships. And let's get out here and close some deals. See you guys on the other side.